Few believed Alice Merton when she said she wasn't afraid of ghosts. Yet late in the autumn of 1937, she took a caretaker's job at Borley Rectory, the brick-shadowed, ivy-strangled estate perched on a lonely corner of Essex. The stories had reached her years before. Tales of vanishing footsteps in the gardens, bells ringing, phantom coaches, and, most feared of all, the Borley nun, doomed to wander eternally after her forbidden love was discovered. Alice, pragmatic and grieving after her mother's death, agreed to watch over the empty house until its next tenant arrived. The night she arrived, the old house throbbed with unease. Her footsteps echoed on the flagged floor. Portraits watched her in the candlelight. And when she unpacked her case, she found a note in an unfamiliar hand. "Do not walk the garden at midnight. If the bell rings, do not answer." Days passed in eerie silence, broken only by the ticking of parlor clocks. But the nights, Alice felt the cold most in the halls, especially where the corridor twisted toward the darkened chapel. Faint voices whispered. Objects slid along tables when her back was turned. Most disturbing was the blue notebook she found wedged in the library. The journal of Harry Price, famed psychic investigator. His last entry read, "She pleads for peace, but no prayer calms her. Last night I saw her by the wall. I have never felt such cold." On the seventh night, a bell rang from the kitchen, the ancient servant bell, lifeless for a decade. Alice, heart pounding, crept down the stairs and found the metallic line swinging. There was no one there. Outside, a chill wind rushed down the nun's walk, the winding path beside the garden wall, shrouded by overgrown yew. The village postboy warned her. They say if you see her, look away. To meet her eyes is to be lost. Still, Alice was drawn out, sleepless beneath a bone-white moon. At midnight, she left the safe glow of the rectory and walked the infamous path. Shadows thickened, mist clung to the ground. Then a figure ahead, a woman gliding above the moss, pale habit fluttering, black eyes glistening in hollow sockets. The nun, face twisted in sorrow, mouth open but voiceless, drifted toward Alice. The air turned glacial. Alice's breath stilled. The apparition stopped by the brick wall. Her lips moved in silent prayer, then pointed to the ground. Something beckoned, something helpless. Then, at all once, the nun was gone, replaced by pitch silence and the deafening hammering of Alice's heart. The truth beneath the stone. Haunted, Alice dug where the nun pointed. By lantern light, she uncovered a shallow grave, child's bones tangled in rags, a rosary pressed to their chest. She staggered, sobbing, as a whisper, soft, desperate, carried on the wind. Peace. The ground trembled. From the ruined chapel, a spectral coach rumbled past, headless driver urging phantom steeds. Doors slammed throughout the house. Alice hid until light seeped through the stained glass, feeling the nun's presence watching, mournful and thankful. For days the house quieted. Alice believed she had brought rest to the restless. But one final night the bell rang, slow, pleading. She found herself drawn, powerless, into the corridor where candlelight failed. In a pool of shadow stood the nun, her form twisting in sorrow and fury, eyes fixed upon Alice. From behind, dark figures gathered, monks, a headless man, shadowed children clutching dolls. She screamed. The nun's cold hand touched her chest. "Stay," the whisper shuddered. Alice felt herself fading, icy fog curling around her mind. She glimpsed the nun's memory, young, joyful, then betrayed, bricked into darkness for a love denied. Day broke. Villagers found Alice in the gardens, alive but white-haired, her eyes forever haunted. She never spoke of what she saw, but others would. Borley Rectory burned down soon after, and though the house is no more, spectral lights still flicker on the ruin's edge. On autumn nights, locals hear a bell, the sound of weeping, and see a woman in white gliding by the wall, forever searching, forever lost.